Hello, you're here. It's so nice to meet you. I couldn't be more grateful to have you on board with your trust, your enthusiasm, and your investment in Canvas. My name's Lucie. I designed Canvas, and I'm here to give you a little tour on how to use Nucleo, which is the icon management app that works for both Windows and Mac, and it's free. So I'm going to give you a little tour on how to get yourself set up. And before we begin, I do just want to say how grateful I am to be able to do this. I am so proud of the product already, but I also know how much further I want to take it. But all of that is just based on what I think you need. So I would super appreciate if over your journey with Canvas, whether in the early days or as you use it through months and years, please do get in touch with me with any thoughts that you have on where it could improve, what's unclear, what's not working, what's missing. We have over 7,000 icons and illustrations in there and growing, but I want to make sure that the next batch of illustrations matches your needs, or at least that my roadmap of collections do. So please do get in touch. I am all ears to all of your feedback. In the meantime, I sent you an email with a link to the Nucleo app. So by now, probably you've downloaded it. You would have got it from this page. And when you open up Nucleo, it looks like this. It doesn't have Canvas in it yet. So that's what we're going to do next. You're going to go back to the email that I sent you previously, and you'll go to Dropbox. And in Dropbox, you're going to see these 3 folders. You can download all of them, but the one that we really want for Nucleo is the SVGs folder. So you're going to download that folder, and when you download it, it looks like this. So you've got these 3 main folders inside that SVGs folder. I'll take you through the contents later. But there is one, there's one little plot spoiler, or disclaimer rather. So the latest version of Nucleo is different from the ones before because we cannot, it used to be you could drag this entire SVGs folder and drop it into Icon Jar, but right now that's making it crash. So I apologize for that, but unfortunately it's outside of my control because I don't manage this app. So this doesn't matter because we can still download it and install it in 2 batches. So the first batch we're going to do is we're going to highlight, build your canvas and design your canvas. We're going to get 2 done at the same time. I'm going to drag them into this area here, and we can see that we've got 4,000, almost 5,000 icons being imported. We've got new set, and we're going to call it Canvas. And we've got copy icons to a new project checked, and we're going to press create new set. And I'm going to come back to you once mine has installed. Great, and we're back. So we can see that we have successfully uploaded build and design, and now we just need to upload the icons folder. So we're going to do the same. We have icons selected here, we're going to drag it there, and we're going to put it into Canvas. Yes, Canvas new set is correct. And then we're going to uncheck this one and say create new set. Ta-da-da-da, magic happening. And now we are complete. So here in the sidebar, we can see we have Canvas, and underneath that we have build, we have design, and we have icons. And if you expand into each of them, you'll see that there are a plethora of different sections that you can have a look at, which I will get into in a future lesson. But for just now, you can either browse by scrolling through the entire catalog, which I wouldn't suggest. I would say if you're planning on setting the foundations of your workshop canvas or your documentation, I would go into build first to see what structures there are there that are like the main focal pieces or places, areas that you're going to be working in. And then following that, I'd have a look in design your canvas, which is more of the decorative elements that you're going to use to punctuate your designs, to elaborate on the context of what you're trying to communicate. There's a whole bunch of different stuff in here. My particular favorite is people, but I'm going to let you figure out which one is your favorite too. And then down in icons, these are small icons. They're more icons than illustrations. So these are more for your very small decorative elements that would maybe accompany a visual agenda or bullet points or sections of descriptive text. So this one's got 2,500 pretty much icons in it across a whole range of different topics. And you can scroll through those topics here, or you can use the search feature up here. But there's something that I really want to let you know what happens with search. It's quite an important one. So let's say we want to type in celebrate, and nothing's coming up, which is strange, because as the creator of this icon set, I know that there's definitely some icons and illustrations for celebrations. What's happening here is it's because we are highlighted in icons, it thinks we only want to search within icons, which is super helpful for if you do want to search within a specific folder range. However, we don't. We want to look at the whole of the library. So what we need to do is remove set, because that's what it's thinking. It's looking at this set. So if we take out set, then here we go. That's our celebrations. And then what we can do is, let's move over to Miro, for example. We can take, let's say we want to have some bunting, right? So we're going to drag and drop that. And what I did there was I'm just clicking and holding and dragging and putting it on the tool that lies in the window beneath this window. So that's how we're using it. And of course from here we can scale up, we can scale down. I'm going to get more into editing the icons in a future lesson, but for this one there's one last thing I want to talk about in search. So let's go for home. We've got home. You will start to see that there are these really weird, funky, not consistent icons that are interspersed with Canvas. That's because Nucleo by default adds in its own icon library. So you may find that there are some icons in here that you can use from time to time, which is awesome. What's not awesome is unfortunately you can't remove these icons. So what I would suggest is when you're searching, you only want to search within Canvas. I would highlight Canvas, that top level set, and I would then look at it from there. So as you can see now that we have that selected, we're only seeing anything with home being brought up from the Canvas library. I hope that makes sense. Okay, on to the rest of the interface. You can increase the size of these tiles if you want. You can come over here and adjust the zoom level to whatever is best for your eyes. You can come into settings. Now, when you first come in here, I also didn't really understand what everything meant. So I would suggest that you pause this video on the next 4 frames and make sure that you have the same options selected that I do. So this is the General tab. This is the Appearance tab. Here, maybe you would prefer to have a nighttime, a dark theme for your interface, but I prefer light. Here you have the Library tab, we don't need to worry about that, and Proxy, we don't need to worry about that. So actually only General and Appearance you needed to worry about. General, pause. Appearance, pause. So that's our settings. Favorites, so if we really liked this computer here, we can put it in favorites, and maybe we'll do this one too. And if we come over, we've got the Favorites tab here, and we can see everything there. What's really nice is you can also start projects. So as you can see, I've been doing some tests before. Let me just delete them. Yes, I want to delete those projects. Thank you very much. And now we are going to wait for it to finish processing before we add in a new one. So let's call this Testorama. And that's not very helpful, is it? Let's say this is for our website. Okay, and in our website, we have a specific collection of icons that we want to use. Let's say we want search. So let's say we definitely want to use this in our project. Maybe we want this one too, and maybe we really like love hearts, so let's chuck some love hearts in. I'm going to so right click on these icons, and I'm going to say add to project, and then our project comes up under there. We could always have added a new project, but we can move it into our website project, which means that anytime, you could have different workshops or different documents, and different images that go into them. You can come over into projects and you will see them there. So it's a little bit like favorites, but it's basically more of an organized structure to them, which I personally prefer. Anything else that I need to show you here? Not particularly, other than if we select an icon. So let's say you now know, you've seen how we drag and drop, right? So we drag and drop into Miro, but perhaps you actually have a requirement for, you need this as a PNG file format to go on the website. Well, you can come down here to export, you press export, and you can decide which format you want to export it as. Do you want it as a PNG? Do you want it as a PDF? Etc. They're probably the main ones that you would ever use. SVG as well, of course. If I export it PNGs, I normally do it at 2 times because most screens, I'm not even going to go into pixel density with you, that's for another day, but I would recommend doing 2 times the size so that you can scale it down to 1 size so that the resolution is really crisp. That's what I do. Changing colors, etc. over here, we're going to cover that another day because I think we have had enough interaction now that you could probably go and get cracking with putting Canvas on your computer, and tomorrow I will see you again for our next tutorial. Thank you so much for your time and your energy, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you. Bye.